Self control is a product of how well you control your mind. When you have your thoughts directed towards the outcome you desire, naturally your actions will follow that pursuit. So, how can we control our mind better? Well, in this video, I'll give you 5 ways to use your mind to become more self controlled. The first way is through mental frames. A frame is the filter through which I see the world, and many people have their frames unaligned with the outcomes they want to achieve because instead of focusing on the positive, they frame things through the negative. They frame things in unhelpful ways. For example, working out. Instead of looking at the positive or working out, you get stronger, you look stronger, you feel better. They frame it through the negative. Oh, I don't want to put that work in. Oh, I don't want to put that much effort into working out. So they frame it through the negative. They focus on the negative side. And guess what? Wherever your focus goes, your energy flows. So as they focus on the negative, they become more aware of the bad parts of working out, the effort, the time it takes, the energy you have to use. And as they focus on that, it becomes amplified in their mind and they become more and more aware of the negative side and how much they don't want to work out. So their focus is shifting their energy towards the outcome they don't desire. They want to work out, but because they're focused, they're choosing not to. And it's hard to consistently act in ways that are inconsistent to your focus. So when my focus is on the negative parts, I'm going to be more likely to have the self control to not work out. However, when I shift my focus and choose to frame things through the positive, guess what? I have more energy towards the outcome. If I focus on the positive of working out, I'm getting stronger, I'm going to look stronger. Guess what? Now my energy goes towards that. And whatever you have energy towards, you're going to desire more. So as I have energy towards working out, I'm going to desire to work out more. And naturally, my actions will follow that desire so that I want to work out and I do work out because of the frame I'm choosing to put upon working out. The second way to use your mind to become more self controlled is through standards. A standard is a mental line I refuse to go under. And standards help you build self control because when you set a standard, your decisions are already made. For example, you can set a standard in what food you eat. You say, hey, this many calories and no more. Okay, well, when the option comes to eat a cake or a cookie or something that gives you a calorie surplus, you automatically know the answer is no. So you automatically have the self control to deny it because the standard you preset for yourself. This is one thing that helped Daniel in the Bible become more self controlled. See, Daniel was a Jew taken captive by the Babylonians around 600 BC, and he was taken captive to serve under the king. So the king was training him for about 3 years so he could learn the language of the Babylonians and the traditions of the Babylonians so he could serve the king better if he got to that position. And the king gave Daniel all sorts of delicacies like wines and meats and different things. But it says in Daniel how Daniel purposed in his heart not to defile himself with the king's delicacies. Was that? That's a standard Daniel chose to do. He said, no, I'm not going to do this. So before the option even came, before the temptation even was in his path, Daniel's decision was already made. So that when the temptation came, he had the self-control to say no. That's the power of standards. No one would know what Daniel chose, but Daniel still chose to do what he wanted to do because of the standard he set. This is where a lot of people fail. Instead of controlling their expectations, they let the world or society or their flesh control their desires. So they automatically have behaviors that are not in their best interest most of the time. For example, with social media. Well, my flesh, my brain, my body, it wants to go on social media because the dopamine hits, right? So I have good expectations towards social media. Man, I'm going to see this great reel. Man, I'm going to get all these likes on my videos and stuff. Well, as I have those expectations towards social media, I'm building energy towards social media, making me desire to go on it more and giving me the self-control to do the exact thing I don't want to do because I don't set better expectations. But if I change my expectation and I say, man, I hate going to social media. Man, social media is going to ruin my goals, it's going to ruin my time, it's going to take me away from what I want to achieve. Well, by having bad expectations towards social media, I'm building something called dread. Dread is the energy we get from having a bad expectation. So just like having good expectations give you energy towards social media, dread gives you energy against social media or whatever you have the bad expectations for, whether that be a food or an event, a party you don't have much self-control to deny going to. Well, when you have bad expectations towards it, you're going to actually have the energy to not do that thing. Same thing with food. If you have a food that you are tempted to eat, whether it be a cookie or a cake or even a drink, well, if you say, man, I hate doing this, I hate drinking this, I hate eating this is going to make me fat, it's going to make me overweight. Well, as you have those bad expectations towards the food, your energy is going against eating the food. Thus, you have self-control to not eat it because that's what your desire is heading towards. So when we use our expectations to disempower bad actions, we have self-control to do good actions. Another way people use their expectations to disempower their self-control is through little expectations. See, people say, hey, one more drink. Hey, one more video on social media. Hey, one more thing. And as they say one more and they engage in that action, another principle overtakes what they're doing. See, the principle of momentum is stronger than the principle of desire. If I'm on social media and I'm watching a video, my desire may be to get off of social media. However, momentum takes over and I start swiping again because an object in motion stays in motion unless acted upon by outside force. So as I'm in motion and on social media, or as I'm in motion drinking that drink, well, naturally, I'm going to have the momentum, have the discipline to continue to do those actions because that momentum is stronger than my desire not to do so. Because that one expectation saying, hey, I'm only going to do one thing, I'm building momentum for myself towards the exact outcome I don't want. So that's the thing about expectations. Even one lapse of self-control, one lapse of discipline, one momentary disempowering choice can lead us down a foothill, a whole day of bad choices. So self-control doesn't just count for one moment. We have to have self-control all throughout the day because if we lose it one time, it may add up later in the day and we lose willpower later as well. So use expectations to deny even the access, even the footstep into temptation. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe. Also, if you want to learn how to reach your potential and influence, check out this book at austinmurray.com. It's called Control the Controllable, How Anyone Can Become Influential. And the message is when you control what you can control, you influence others to also do the same. So check that out on my website. And thank you guys for watching. See you next time.